feeling about that pick overall?
I think it's fine. I think either one's like, it just depends on what his follow-up wants to be, whether he wants to get a combo starter for Godly or if he wants to be able to actually get the finishers with the Lance. And then it's just like generic EU Axe Legends. Blaze has always had a lot of great success on both of those. So we're going to be going into game number 1 here. Sarme and Pavelski starting up with a nice 3-hit combo, but Godly gets right back out, brings that Nair onto Sarme into that side light, and now damage has gone back and forth to Godly and Pavelski. Who's going to go down first? D-Light into neutral stick, too high. Doesn't practice those team combos
Such
yet.
a good idea, but Blaze ground pounding off stage, put himself into a nasty position, but Sarme going out there, one of the down. Is Blaze going to be able to make it back? Yes, he will. Godly keeping him nice and safe, and now Pavelski, how do you land against Spear? It's not an easy task. Both blue team members off stage, and Sarme getting spiked.
That's how you land against Spear. You respawn. I think that's what we've learned just now. They did not have a good time making it back to the stage. Godly finally goes down, but Blaze.
Choice is an illusion. You think you want to land against Spear, you can't because you have to worry about recovery. You want to go off stage, you get edge guarded by Axe anyways.
And don't get me started on Spear neutral air. What the heck is that move? My goodness. Blaze finally goes down. Godly's taking the most damage so far, but Pavelski doesn't jump with that neutral light, doesn't get hit, get the follow-up off of that side air. And now the scrap here is so intense that neither player can get something started. Blaze like went in to get something, and then he target switched to Sarme. That was pretty good.
Switched, but then the neutral just ended up hitting both opponents anyways. And that's the recovery, baby. That's Axe recovery. Guess what? It plays the game for you. A hitbox all the way around it. You got that spike on it, and now all of a sudden red team.
It's just a nice treat if you get the spike, right? You're like, I was just trying to get back to the stage. Ooh, no, very well placed recovery there. Anti-air on the down lights, disarming Pavelski just for a moment, and that down stick actually just takes out his teammate Blaze. A little bit of friendly fire there.
Happens to the best of us, just need a game to shake it off. And now Sarme, love that patience, right? Just waiting off stage, use the recovery to get back on, ended up hitting both, and Sarme, oh, I saw that face. How do you feel about that, SD?
I mean, you were talking about the patience, and everything that you were saying was correct, except that he didn't hold left on the stick or the controls or whatever the heck he was using.
Did I say too patient?
Yeah, a little too patient. Patiently waiting for the next game, actually, right? Can get up, get himself a cup of water or something, I don't know, tea in the middle of your winners finals.
It is time to make a clip Godly Blaze, because this is not a surmountable game. Godly with the weapon toss into the downer as well. Right on cue.
It was right on cue. Yeah, time to make a clip. And he was like, all right, Duramgar. Weapon throw down air, 2 stuff recovery effects. He's out of there. Those stuff recovery effects, because the first one's just your recovery. The second one is then a jump that you exchange for a weaker recovery, and then you've got nothing left. That was a brutal game 1 coming out from Godly and Blaze. That was cut a little short from Sarme's inaction on the right side of the stage. Him falling like that was pretty unfortunate. So I think they're just going to be going right into game 2 without like really thinking about it.
What has already like shown to be excellent for Godly and Blaze in game 1 has just been at any moment they were able to pull out like a 2-piece, 3-piece combo like in the middle of combat, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the way that Blaze was like following up with Axe. I mean, it was wonderful. But right now at the moment they're all off stage. What is happening? Sarme and Pavelski, they want to get back on, and they're being denied over and over again. Look at the amount of damage that was dealt onto Pavelski, and Godly wants to finish it. Godly wants that jump lead with the recovery and did not find it.
Didn't get it. Sarme was there to be able to help him, but he took so much damage, and that side light D-Light recovery will be the finisher there after all the damage that Godly and Sarme put together. And no dodge from Sarme means that's going to be the edge guard. No, ground pound bonks him into the stage instead. But that D-Light chase dodge recovery in the air from Godly is going to take that stock, and a huge start for the red team here.
And Pavelski is stuck off stage, but that interruption from Sarme keeping Pavelski alive a little bit longer. That could have been a devastating combo had that not been the interruption. Sarme looking for the side, once again stuck off stage. It does not feel like blue team was able to have any presence on the stage this game.
And when they try to get it back, it's ending up in friendly fire, and then Godly and Blaze are both reacting to the damage they're doing there. Okay, Blaze finally goes down, gets the side air in a good delay. I thought he was going to mistime that for a second.
Man, you do. You have that blind spot on side air, but guess what? That was excellent. That was impeccably timed. You got that finisher. So you know what? Still showing a little bit of life this game too. But Pavelski, how do you make it back on? Sarme getting cooked off the top of the stage. Almost lost their stock. Pavelski needs to make it back on again and again. Blue team is just stuck off stage, Taza.
Yeah, blue team also stuck very behind in this matchup here. Any straight hit would hit, would be able to get the knockout. Down stick comes through, side light and air. Okay, ground pound's going to break up the pressure there. Blaze trying to catch the landing with a side light, and Godly finally gets back to the stage. What's it going to be? Okay, sides that come through, side air hits as well, clears the board, but so much damage was done by the blue team here actually that if they get one good hit, they can make this a completely even game too.
Yeah, this is a little bit better of a game than last time around. Pavelski with the friendly fire with the sword recovery. Not exactly sure what he was looking for with that one. Right now, though, Blaze coming back in with the neutral. Godly stuck off stage and not going to be allowed to go for the edge guard. Blaze, excellent denial. Putting Pavelski off stage one more time, but then gets the stage spike. That's going to be the stop. Now, can you close on Godly? Can you get the stun? Godly is going deep, and you know what? You're the stock up. He wanted to make that trade happen. He wanted to go for the gamble.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that it ended with that bonk on the head from the sword, but you know what? He did go for it. He had that stock lead. Damage was low enough. They're getting a lot of damage on the Blaze in the meantime, however. Let's see what they can do. Grab catches the sides and catches them low on jump. Stuff recovery. That could have been huge if that sidelight hit. Can Pavelski make it back? Okay.
What a dodge! But then Pavelski wanted the reversal so bad with the ground pound. Still, luckily, making it back on. Picking up the sword, going in, gets that speed recovery, but unfortunately on the teammate. Blue team can make this happen. Sarme wanted the follow-up. Sided in the wrong direction and
dodge the weapon throw. Does he have the dodge to make it back? He doesn't. He jumps too soon, and then gravity cancels sides and doesn't hit. What? I mean, it's Pavelski, you know. It's unfortunate. This is what happens. He did dodge the weapon throw really, really well. Didn't manage his resources that great for trying to get underneath the stage as big as Apocalypse.
Went a little bit too low with the ground pound. Held it like a little too long, and then at that point, there was no way. Or maybe you could have just like angled in time to dodge and jumps better.
Yeah, there's a lot that could have gone better there. I think he was like, he was going through it. Let's see that.
Like how aggressive Pavelski is being off stage. I would like it more if they ended up resulting in some KOs that weren't his own.
You and everybody at home. That's what we've been saying about Pavelski for a while. I think they're going to reset this game once again, just in case. But it's a 2-0 lead coming out for Godly and Blaze so far. I think this is about going as I expected. You and I were talking about like the roster of matchups that were coming up to this point. It's like, wow, this is really cool. Sarme and Pavelski, Frida's all kick say they're in top 4. And then I looked at their matchups, like, yeah, this Godly and Blaze matchup's probably going to be a 3-0.
That game too didn't seem undoable though. It just seemed like a couple of misplays off stage, and then for like the first chunk of it, they couldn't get back down onto the ground. But then Blue team, they had like a massive team combo. They still kept it as even as possible. And then at the end, Pavelski SD'd. That's true. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that adaptation comes into game number 3, and if they even want to go back to Apocalypse or something like that. I don't think any legend changes are coming through here. It feels very confident that they want to be running the Satori Val combination here, unless I said something. Happy to be wrong. Sarme's locking in the Kaya. That could be the change that they might need. I mean, that's what Godly was playing for the majority of the day so far.
With Kaya.
Yeah, you can't. It's unfortunate. Yeah, no matter what's happened to Kaya over the times, how many times she's been nerfed and how the weapons have been changed, Kaya's just kind of very strong.
She just keeps coming back. You can't keep her down. Wow.
We'll see what happens here. Godly may switch over to Kaya himself, depending on how these next games go, because Sarme and Pavelski need a win at this point to even stay in the winner side. Godly and Blaze are one game away from getting into grand finals here in the Winter Doubles Championship, which would be a fantastic start to the year, because I'm imagining that unless he's at land, Godly's probably not going to want to team with anybody else. I mean, he's got himself the best twos player.
Yeah, he's fine. He lucked out. You know, so we're going into game 3. Anything can happen at this point. This can just be like a clean in and out 3-0 on behalf of Godly and Blaze. They might just ticket a nice comfortable spot into winning side of grand finals. But Sarme and Pavelski had signs of life that last game. It was possible. It was a little bit unlikely, but it was possible and it was doable. So hopefully a little reconnection, the character swap. You can't go wrong with Kaya.
Yeah, if you get one game where you're able to convince Godly to play off stage, and then Pavelski does do what he does best, which is get an amazing highlight reel onto somebody preferably Godly, I think that win is absolutely doable. It's just a matter of if he can make that happen. We didn't see it for 2 games.
Think of the content. Clifton Godly.
Except that Godly was the one that was getting the content in the previous matches and the 2v ones, right? You were like, okay, it's clip time. Godly was like, yes, weapon throw, down air, already done. Got that stock in 5 seconds. We have yet to see Pavelski and Sarme do anything like that themselves.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of off-stage attempts. They love going out there, especially like, you know, we saw a lot of them like jump off the wall, go back into for like another ground pound. They kept going for a lot of those really risky options, but they never ended up panning out. So I feel like one of 2 things has to happen if they want to be able to take one of these games or win those kinds of off-stage interactions. You either have to connect that ground pound, you either have to get that kind of a spike, or you just choose, I'm going to go back onto the stage now and play a little bit more conservatively. One of those 2 will be like the right route, and I think the latter of which is a little easier to execute upon, because the first thing I said is basically just hit your moves. That is it's the most useless statement alive.
It's not useless. it's just not very helpful. but there is a purpose to that statement. Yes, hitting your moves is pretty good. Look at Blaze. He's hit all of his moves so far. Has so many axe sounds. He's actually got, oh, there we go. Finally missed a side air. A lot of silence coming through, a lot of downlights. Godly already taking a ton of damage. Has an axe himself, trying to fall with these down airs, and Blaze going up with that recovery. Does get punished by Sarme, and Pavelski finds himself off stage, and no, can't stop his teammate from getting hit by that second strong hit of the Bryn neutral sig.
Pavelski's off stage. Pavelski comes back on, gets that neutral, tries to go through the GCD light, and it was unsuccessful. Sarme off stage, pressing signatures in nobody's face in particular. Blaze said, what are you doing? Get back onto the stage and eat this side out, and that's going to be the stop.
Yeah, we were talking about Sarme's patience last game, but that was definitely an example of lack thereof, because Blaze just watched and reacted to that move coming out, because you use your dodge when using those gravity cancels, and when that dodge is gone, then that means you're going to take a ton of damage. Blaze already hitting Sarme with like 4 attacks in a row on a fresh stock. Oh my goodness. He's not.
And Blaze wanted that GC neutral light so badly. Sarme, can you make it back on? Yes, you can. You get that recovery. You get that chase dodge. Blaze, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, that's just going to be the stock right off the top. Godly, now on 2 stocks.
Down air on the Blaze, and the weapon throw could be the edge guard there. No, Blaze manages to make it barely back. Down light, oh, missed space to get that recovery right afterwards, and falls into the down sig. Sarme down to his winner's bracket stock, and Blaze gets the D-light sider into end sig from Godly to give him a 5 stock to 2 lead. Oof. This is about.
This was one of the 2 possible timelines.
Well, they could have won or they could have lost. That's true, but this is okay. Pavelski.
No. And Sarme had the right idea, but a little too late on the neutral. He didn't actually get the follow-up. Godly's off stage, and look at Pavelski. He's like looking at him. He is hungry. He wants that spike so badly, but now Pavelski yet again stuck on the side of the stage here, and Godly has just not been able to let go of him.
Lots of spear recoveries coming out from Blaze right now, landing so difficult. Double side light in the recovery, almost takes Godly down. Sarme goes all the way up for that stock. Godly doesn't let the reversal happen, and then he gets a D-light recovery, waiting for a weapon spawn, still holding on to his second stock here. And Sarme gets sent into the red. Pavelski now deep into red as well.
This is a little bit tough at this point, right?
Yeah.
Both of them stuck on opposite sides of the stage. You get pogoed. That's going to be one of them going down sometime soon. That's the weapon plus to close out the dodge. And the GC down strong. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, what way to better end it than with a breakdance, right? Opens up with flag taunt. Ends